in the spirit of it being Valentine's Day, we're gonna go over all the many love interests of our good old boy Sonic the Hedgehog, and there's quite a few of them. Now, with anything in the Sonic fandom, this is about to be I'm sure we're all gonna be very civil in the comments when we discuss all of these love interests, right? We're all gonna be very civil. This is for fun. We're just talking about them. That's it. We're just talking about them. So, and at the end, you know what? I'll come to my decision who's my favorite Sonic love interest at the very end. But for now, we're just going to talk about all the big love interests for Sonic, okay? And we're going to talk about one by starting off with one that actually never came to pass, which is Madonna. Not that one, not the insane one, the almost Sonic character. So Madonna was she was an idea created by Naoto Oshima, who is Sonic and Eggman's creator. His design for her is, as you can see, she's got like short blonde hair, red dress, you know, typical stuff, right? He said that he created her to be the male fantasy, which, hey, you know, let's go. And she would have been actively chasing Sonic the Hedgehog around. Her role in the original Sonic the Hedgehog game was going to be as a motivator for Sonic and the player by needing to be rescued. So she's going to be the typical, probably Eggman captures her, and then you as the player have to go and save her. In a 1993 interview, Yuji Naka was asked why there was no female characters in the Sonic games. In response, Naka confirmed Sonic Team did have a heroine in the concept stage, which is Madonna, and she would have had a role in the series, but his reason for why she was ultimately cut was because they wanted to take Sonic in a less direction than Super Mario Bros. Which I can understand that, you know, the comparisons to Sonic and Mario would have definitely been there, especially with Sonic being created as a competitor to Mario, and then he goes and has the exact same thing of having to save, you know, his blonde love interest, you know, like, I can understand that. So that's Madonna. There was a character based on Madonna who showed up in Archie. You can see she's very much heavily inspired by Madonna. So there's that, and that's pretty much all she's done. Madonna's never really resurfaced in anything since, and I doubt she ever will. But she's a nice little curiosity piece, a nice little trivia fact that Sonic was initially going to have a girlfriend in the very first game called Madonna, and she was going to be human. I guess Sonic and human girls is a thing that they love to keep, don't they? Oh, we'll get to that. Next up, we have Breezy Hedgebot. Breezy Hedgebot. She is a hedgehog-based badnik and was in the Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog TV show. She was created by Robotnik to distract and eventually get rid of Sonic, while Robotnik sabotaged the Mobius water reservoir and he flooded an entire village. So to get Sonic to trust her, they staged a fake pursuit where Scratch and Grounder, who were Eggman's, they're pretty much like the proto Orbot Cubot, essentially. They were chasing Breezy, and then Sonic came to rescue her, and then, whoa, you're hot, and all that happened, right? So she would, you know, seduce Sonic and get him to go get things for her. During this time, Tails figured out that, hey, you're not all you seem, and then she threw him into a river. Alright, cool. And then, you know, she trapped Sonic, and Sonic eventually, because, you know, he's such a good boy, still gave her the presents. Aww, isn't that nice? Because she was so moved by this, you know, like, wow, he still gave me the stuff? He actually cared? She saved Sonic, explained everything about Robotnik's plan, and Sonic went to go stop him. And then Breezy gave Tails a note to give to Sonic, which said that their relationship could not work out right now because of all the guilt she felt, but maybe they could meet somewhere down the line. And they did meet somewhere down the line. Breezy showed up in another episode of Adventures of Sonic the Hedgehog. In that episode, she actually meets Robotnik Jr., who is another badnik who left Robotnik like her. Dude, there's so much stuff in this that could just be its own video. Like, Robotnik Jr. could be his own video. Oh my god. When I eventually do a full watch on of Adventures of, and I make a video just going through every episode, we'll get to this. And I'll delve so deep into this. But she met Robotnik Jr. Like I said, he's another badnik who left Robotnik, and they got married. So there you go. She found love at the end. Good for Breezy. And that's it. That's Breezy. She was just there as in 2 episodes of Adventures of, and that's fun. I think that's fun. A character inspired by Breezy was also in the Archie comics. This one is actually just Breezy the Hedgehog. She's just an actual hedgehog, and she's kind of like a scummy businesswoman. I think is the right way to put it. That's the best way to put Breezy. She's a scummy businesswoman in that. Next up, let's go with the comics again. And we're delving full into comics now. Mina Mongoose from Archie. So Mina's romantic relationship with Sonic kind of began because she felt the two had a bit of a connection because both their parents had been roboticized. At this point, Sonic, he didn't have his parents back. Well, I think, actually, you know what? He might have had his I think he had his parents back by this point, but they might have been Robians. Or at least his dad, Jules, is still a Robian. I don't know. Both their parents were roboticized. That's pretty much her connection, the connection she felt she could have with Sonic, right? So she got a bit of a crush on him. The two became better friends because they both attended high school together. And Mina eventually discovered she had super speed, similar to Sonic, and they spent more time together when Sonic was helping her to gain control of it all. After hearing him say that she, had potential of being a freedom fighter, she kissed Sonic in thanks. And Sonic's like, whoa, I was not expecting that. And this started a weird little thing with Mina, Sonic, and Sally, which good old love triangles. We loved them. We loved them. When they're done right, actually, they can be good, but this one wasn't. Eventually, she became a freedom fighter herself, just to spend time with Sonic. That's it. She just wanted to spend some time with Sonic, because for crush, her mother was kind of like, I don't know about this. I really don't know about this. And her mother was proven right, because when a giant robot sent by Eggman attacked Mina, she froze. She froze. She couldn't do it. Then she realized that, you know what? I'm not a freedom fighter because I want to protect people. I'm a freedom fighter just because I want to spend time with my crush. So maybe I should stop being a freedom fighter. And she did, but Mina, thankfully, she found what she was really good at, which is singing. She's a really good singer. So Mina became a singer and became well known. So that's pretty much what Mina's known for now, I think, nowadays. That, oh yeah, she's the singing mongoose, right? Yeah, that's Mina. So, now we move on to a big one here. When Sally got kidnapped by Knack the Weasel, which was Fang's old name, Mina went with Sonic in an attempt to save her. When Sally was saved, she confessed her love for Sonic again, and Sonic returned this, and they kissed. Great. Love to see Sonic and Sally together. That is beautiful. Mina, however, did not love to see this, and was actually heartbroken. She saw Fang pull a gun out on Sally, man's about to pop her one, and Mina rushed in there using her super speed and took the bullet for Sally. Oh my god. And then she confessed to Sonic before she fell unconscious. When she woke up, and Sally was like, are you gonna be okay? And Mina's like, yeah, I'll get over it. And she cried. And that was pretty much it for Mina. She eventually found her own boyfriend. I forget his name. I don't care. I didn't like him, so I probably don't remember that. She ends up with Tails, marrying Tails in like the Mobius 25 years later. Go Tails, man. Look at our little boy, Cosmo. He got Mina. Look at my boy Tails. Go Tails, huh? So that's Mina Mongoose. It was just like a little crush here that kind of went away. So that's fine. That's fine. There's Mina there. Keeping up with the comics. Oh, we got Fiona Fox. Now, initially Fiona, she had some resentment towards Sonic because she thought that he abandoned her in a prison camp. Oof, okay, off to a rough start here. So eventually, after she witnessed him beating the quantum dial, she gained some respect for him, and she realized, okay, you didn't actually intentionally leave me behind. All those years ago, the two eventually began dating, and they were discovered secretly flirting in a bush by Tails. Now this hurt Tails because Tails had a crush on Fiona, and now his crush is dating his best friend, and his crush states, I don't want anything to do with you. I don't have any romantic interest in you. So, oof for Tails. There was a point where Mina would skip missions and she would be absent occasionally. Now, you might think, okay, this is just the comic forgot about her. And you'd be right. The comic probably did forget about her. But thankfully, when some new management took over Archie, they're like, let's use this in a plot. So it was revealed that Mina, when she wasn't there, was actually cheating on Sonic. She was cheating on Sonic with Scourge the Hedgehog. So there was a time when Scourge, back when he was still evil Sonic, was in Knothole, and he pretended to be Sonic, and he hit on a bunch of girls. He just hit on every girl he could see, you know? And Fiona was one of them. And Fiona actually fell in love with him at that point, but she realized, oh crap, he was the fake one? So after she realized, okay, I fell in love with the fake one, maybe I can still like the real one. Yeah, she didn't. No, he was quote unquote too vanilla for her tastes, and she preferred Scourge's dark, aspects, and cheated on Sonic with Scourge. My God, man. I mean, is it really a loss? I mean, yes, she cheated on you, but I mean, she cheated on you with you. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it sucks it's not the you, right? But she cheated on you with another version of you, so she still technically does like you. I mean, you're getting cucked by yourself. There's worse people you could get cucked by. So, is that big of a loss? He's still getting it in the end of the day. Sonic still gets some, even if it's not Sonic. So, I mean, there's that. So that's Fiona. She ended up with Scourge, and I love Fiona and Scourge together. Those two are just they're the nice bad couple. And of course, there was plans for her to be independent, say, screw you, Scourge, because of course there is. Thankfully, that never happened. We move on to a character another character with a one-off appearance, Sarah from the OVA. I bet you forgot about her, didn't you? I did too. So Sarah's like a cat girl, and she's the daughter of the president. And yeah, she's got a crush on Sonic in the OVA, very much so, and Sonic very much. I guess it's like the Amy thing, right? Where there's the big crush and Sonic's kind of like, whatever, but then at the end of the day, he's like, I actually don't want you to get hurt. So there's that. She is mainly a damsel in the movie for a bit, Eggman kind of kidnaps her, and Eggman wants to marry her. And there's the crazy image of her with all the mini Eggman babies, which is such a crazy image. Oh my God, dude. Can we go back to this era of Sonic? I would think I might like this era of Sonic. Can we go back to this era of Sonic? This is crazy watching this for the first time, and I saw this. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, she wears a very revealing wedding dress as well. And then there's the scene where Metal Sonic pops in and she calls him a pervert. Yeah, that's great. So that's Sarah from the OVA. She's never made an appearance since. I mean, she did make a one-off appearance in an issue of Archie. I think it's issue 101. She makes an appearance, but that's like an alternate reality. It specifically said that's an alternate reality. She's not actually in the main Archie continuity. So we haven't seen Sarah since. Let's bring Sarah back, huh? We're bringing more humans back into the Sonic. Let's bring in whatever Sarah is. Let's bring her back. Do it, dude. She can be Eggman's crush. Eggman just has a crush on her, and he does the Bowser thing. He's just does the Bowser thing. I'll be sacrificing them in your honor, and she's creeped the hell out. That'd be crazy. Keeping with humans. You guys want to talk about Elise? We all know about Elise. She's got Iblis in her. She can't really, can't have any much too distressing thoughts, but spending all this time with Sonic and they get feelings for each other, and Sonic dies and Iblis is released because, oh my God, her hedgehog boyfriend died, and then she kisses him. You guys don't remember that kiss, right? The internet never let that one go for freaking years. Thankfully this is all retconned, and Sonic and Elise never actually end up loving each other, getting together, because 06 is erased from the timeline. And as the Sonic Twitter takeover recently pointed out, Sonic has got no idea who she is. And that is awesome. Let's keep it that way. Please. That's Elise, guys. You guys like Elise? There she is. Let's never talk about this again. Moving on now. Sally Acorn. Boy, if I would, I'd freaking bring her back yesterday. I love the relationship between Sonic and Sally Acorn. It is so good. Like, God, man. Like, in Archie, it's like, that's it, isn't it? That is it. You know, their relationship is pretty much... I think most people kind of knew about Sally before Amy as Sonic's love interest when you think about it. You know, when you think of all the media, like Sonic Sat AM, Adventures of, the beginning of the Archie comics, like, it was very much Sonic and Sally when you think about it. I mean, so a lot of people probably associate Sally more than Amy as Sonic's love interest. And I don't disagree. I think that Sally is fantastic. I just adore the relationship together, man. Like, this is a good one. I think the relationship gets much better in Archie when we actually become a comic and we're not just doing gag one-off stories. You know, like when the comic actually starts to have a plot and takes itself seriously. You know, we actually become a comic. I think that's when their relationship really gets going. I think more, especially in the Flynn era, obviously, because Ian Flynn is the best Sonic writer. He did great with them. I just freaking love Sonic and Sally, dude. That is just a fantastic relationship. I don't know what more I can say other than I just love the relationship. I mean, they did the thing in Archie where they kept doing the will they won't they. You know, they get together, they break up and then they get together and they break up and they just keep pulling them apart because, you know, this is the Sonic franchise. We have to reset the characters back to factory default every 5 years. And, you know, there's the scene where she slaps Sonic and cries about it, which I don't hate that scene, I think, as much as other people do, but other people hate it because it's like, oh, look, woman cry and all that, and she's getting all emotional. Buddy, if you don't think there's women like that out in the world, I don't know what to tell you. Get off the internet. There's definitely women like that out in the world, and there's definitely women who would react the way Sally did. But I think the main problem I have is it's Sally reacting that way, and Sally would not react that way. That's my problem, I think, because it doesn't fit her character. It's out of character. That's what I care about most of all, is that the characters act like the characters. But, you know, at the end of the day, man, we get Sonic and Sally at the very end. We know when Mobius, 25 years later, they have a kid. They have kids. King Sonic, my man, is ruling that monarchy. So for those who say Sonic hates government, my man literally becomes the government. It's great. At least I know I have that, you know? No matter how many weird things have happened to this couple. At least I have those great comics of Sonic and Sally being just great together. You know, we know they end up married, so that's awesome. There we go, Sonic and Sally. That's a fantastic couple right there. I love those two. Bring her back. Bring her back, man. Sega, we know you can do it. We know you can. You're just choosing not to. You can do it. Bring her back. And then finally, we got Amy Rose. What more do you need to say about Amy? She's been in love with Sonic ever since Sonic CD. She has been the de facto kind of love interest for Sonic. The normies know her as like, oh yeah, she's that pink hedgehog who has like Sonic, right? She's his girlfriend. Like, that's what Amy's known for. And I don't hate Amy and Sonic together. I've quite grown to really like them, especially in the more modern times. You know, there's stuff in Frontiers that I think really leans into that, and especially the IDW comics have done a great job with those two. And I even love Amy's unhinged fangirly side. You know, it can get weird at times, the crazy fangirl stuff, if you don't have a good writer writing it. But there's some moments of her like crazy obsessive days that I still just love. You know, there's some weird stuff like calling Emerald her and Sonic's kid. That's okay. That might be a bit weird, but I mean, even that works because if you look at what happens to Emerald in Sonic Battle, it comes back at the end, and you're like, oh, my heart, that hurts. You know, there's some stuff, you know, like that might not be the best, but I don't mind obsessive Amy. I do prefer though Amy how she's kind of become now, where she's not just like, I'm fine with her having a personality outside of just being in love with Sonic, but she needs to be in love with Sonic too. Right, like that's a core part of Amy's personality. She can do other things. And IDW comics have proven, like, Amy can do other things as long as you just keep the crush there. Never get rid of the crush. They thankfully seem to have found a balance in IDW, which I love. But yeah, I'm all for Sonic and Amy as well. That's another great couple right there. for love interest, and she's like the de facto one. And you know, with the Sonic Movie 4 coming out and that being described as a romantic comedy, buddy, we do it. Do Sonic and Amy, do it. Come on, man. I need it. I need that bad. So there we go. That's just kind of discussing all the Sonic love interests. Not all of them. There's probably like 1 or 2 obscure ones that I'm actually forgot in the British comic and Fleetway, or not even in Fleetway, in like the old European novels. You forgot about this character. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who is the best Sonic love interest at the end of the day? It's between Sally and Amy. Can I give them both? Can I give him a Rex Xenoblade ending and just give him both? I don't think I can. I don't know, man, because it's like, if in the game, let me put it this way. In the video games, it's Amy. In literally everything Sally is in, it's Sally. That makes me sound like it's more towards Sally, but it's like, I can't really decide between the two. It's one or the other, right? Like, in the respective mediums that Sally is there, I want it to be Sally. But in the video games, even if Sally were to show up in the video games, I want it to still be Amy. You know, does that make sense? Like, in the canon, it's Amy. In non-canon stuff, it's Sally, if that makes sense. That's kind of how I'm weirdly doing this. It's weird. It's a hodgepodge. Sally and Amy is pretty much where I'm at here. Fiona was fun for a bit, but then the twist that Sonic, I don't like you, I like the evil you. Okay, crazy. Mina was just a crush. Breezy was a ploy. Madonna never actually happened. So, and Elise we don't talk about. So, there we go. That's it. That's Sonic's love interests. What is your favorite Sonic love interest? Let me know in the comments down below. Be civil, okay? Everyone gets entitled to their opinion. Anyone can ship whatever ship they want as long as it's nothing freaking creepy and degenerate. We're good, right? We're fine. We're fine. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone out there. If you have a significant other, shower them with love and affection. Chocolates are always a good way to win their heart. If you don't have a significant other, we'll cry together in the corner. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all next time.